Now at 4, your community focus, we are joined by Providence Public Safety Commissioner Pare at first to discuss the recent violence on Capital City streets.
He joins us now live via Zoom. Commissioner, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
So first off, we had that mass shooting last week in Providence, more violence over the weekend. Colonel Clemens says the problem is illegal guns, but illegal guns are nothing new. So why are there so many more weapons getting into the hands of the wrong people?
Yeah, it's complicated. It's not only guns and access to guns. You know, there's a lot of factors that go into why young men, mostly young men, are attracted to these neighborhood gangs. So it's opportunity, it's a lot of things that take somebody to resort to violence when there's a feud on the street. So I wish it was a simple solution. Guns are a part of the problem. We're not going to solve it by the gun initiatives entirely, because there's just too many guns out there and the access is too great. We got to look at this holistic. There's got to be consequences when these things happen, and that's where law enforcement's role is, but there's also has to be other factors to break that cycle of violence. And you know, we're willing to do our part, and we should be doing our part like we have in the past with the Institute. They are under-resourced, and so getting more street workers we know helps. So there's a lot of components to this. It's not an easy fix, and it's frightening because young men are shooting at one another, killing one another for senseless reasons.
Commissioner, we reported on WPRI.com today about the new Providence Police Academy. It starts next week after several delays because of COVID. 50 aspiring officers there. What can you tell us specifically about their training and what it will look like that would be focused on some of the social concerns that we learned about last year?
Yeah, I mean, we have reflected in the past, not only year, but several years, how we train, how we recruit, and what is it that we want our police officers to do. And so we'll be putting, you know, more emphasis on a whole lot of areas, but particularly social justice, de-escalation, other alternatives, other than, you know, just the mentality of we go, we investigate, crime was committed, and we bring charges to those folks. So look, we have to change in this profession in light of things that have gone on nationally and locally as well. And we need to train our police officers that they are decision makers, and what they decide on the street has a significant impact on those who are serving. So there's a whole host of things in this academy that we're going to bolster to try to address some of these chronic problems that exist.
You were previously the superintendent of the Rhode Island State Police, and the current colonel there, James Manny, has been sounding the alarm about staffing shortages. He says they're on the verge of a personnel crisis. Are you seeing the same thing happen in Providence as well? And if so, what do you think is behind that?
Look, whenever you have more resources, and that's police officers, you can do a whole lot more. We're not at a crisis. We certainly need to have another academy, have more police officers. We're down to 410 police officers. And typically in my 10 years that I've been the Commissioner of Public Safety here in Providence, we have averaged between 430 and 460 police officers sworn. So 50 additional officers. Now understand it takes 6 months to train them, and then another 3 to 4 months for on-the-job training, but we'll have more people on the ground late this year with an additional 50 that will begin their training in the next week or two.
And Commissioner, we have about 30 seconds, but with warmer weather, I do want to ask about the ATV issue on the streets of Providence. We often hear from people who are out in the city saying, I see these groups of ATV riders going by, I don't see police doing anything. What's your message to the public about that issue this year?
Yeah, so we have instructed our police officers when you can stop and seize those ATVs. We want to be aggressive on that. We need to do it safely. We need to keep our officers safe as well. So when you see them, please, call 911 and let our dispatchers know and we do everything we can to do it safely. So to the riders that believe that there's no response, there will be a response, and we will eventually catch you, seize your motor vehicle, your ATV or a bike, and it's subject to forfeiture and destruction as well. They got no place on the streets, and the riders, I ask them not to because it's dangerous for not only themselves but the public.
Providence Public Safety Commissioner Stephen Pare, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.